Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the month of June 2025. We are going to jump right in here, Leo. I will say before we get started that I was shuffling your deck before and the Fool kept wanting to pop out. So, we'll see if it comes up, but it could be like a time to take a leap of faith. You have this Unlocking Solutions card. It says, through compromise, you will create a successful outcome you are hoping for. You have this Pisces card. It says, boundaries. It says, set and honor your boundaries to avoid being taken advantage of. Yeah, boundaries are super important right now. There's been like a little bit of a toxic vibe in the readings. And I will say the readings have been positive, but, again, it's kind of like... I feel that if people don't have something that you have, I feel like there's going to be more jealousy about it, right? And so I would just be careful of like showing off and things like that. But in the area of your current general energies, you have the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Swords. The Eight of Pentacles is like straightforward, diligent work. And so a lot of you are getting to work, I feel, on something. I really feel this is like a new opportunity that you're bossing up on here. You have the Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles. And here you go. Are you kidding me? You have the Devil. Like everybody else, you have the Devil showing up in your reading. It's coming up in the good stuff, so you'll probably be able to avoid this, but definitely something to pay attention to. But again, I feel like you're bossing up on some sort of opportunity that's coming in for you with that Ace of Pentacles. And, it feels like something new. I think out of all the signs, the fire signs are probably most likely to be kind of taking their careers in a new direction or starting new jobs or starting new things like this year and next year, 2026 as well. And because there are great opportunities for growth for fire. And so I would be taking advantage of those opportunities. Eight of Pentacles is straightforward, diligent, focused work. And that's what I would be focusing on. The other thing I would say is one thing that I think would be amazing for fire signs to do is to prove something before you get started, right? I always use the example. There's a guy, Noah Kagan, right? He owns a company called AppSumo, and I've heard him talk about in the past where he says that like if you wanted to open a restaurant, for example, instead of like opening a restaurant, cook dinner for your friends and charge them all $5. If your friends won't pay you $5 for your at-home restaurant, then you probably shouldn't open a restaurant. If your friends won't give you $5, then you probably shouldn't do it. That's probably them telling you the truth that your food isn't very good, right? And that's kind of popping into my head with this card. If you're wanting to start anything, it's like, what is the smallest place that you can start from? And prove that it will work. And if you do that, I think things will go very well. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is like the Wounded Warrior. I feel pretty good about this, though. Nine of Wands is a card of not giving up. I feel like you're kind of not giving up on something. I feel like it's almost like you're pushing through something that you've thought about giving up on, Leo. And, sometimes that's where, like, the best solutions come from. Plain and simple. I remember years ago, I was stuck at, like, 40,000 subscribers on this channel for like 2 years in a row or something like that. I don't even remember, but it was like for a couple of years, and I was like trying everything at the time. And then like I wasn't ready to give up, but I was definitely at this place where I was like, man, I need to figure this out. And then when I finally got to that place where I was like, what do I really need to be doing? And I started experimenting. Look at my channel. I run 1 million experiments every single month on this channel. You can all see them in real time, right? And I think the results speak for themselves. So, I think that experimentation changed my life. And I am not a genius, right? I fell on my head when I was 10 years old. After that, I became a D student and totally messed me up. I can't retain information, all this other stuff. If I can do it, you can do it, right? And that's what I want to say to people. It's like, trust me, you might think I'm smart, but, not really that much. So if I can do it, you can do it. And experimentation is easy. It's fun. Everybody should do it. So I would be trying new things and work in business and all that other stuff because I think it'll be very beneficial. You have the Five of Swords. Again, I feel pretty good about this Five of Swords. Sometimes I do like the Five of Swords. It can be a card of cutting things out, walking away from things, giving up on something. But it can also be a card of taking a risk, which is pretty much what I always say to you, Leo, is that I think a lot of you could be taking some sort of risk in your life, and I feel it'll be very beneficial. I feel like the type of risk that Leo will be taking is probably something that will break them from a tradition. And here's what I mean. This might not be like a tradition, but if you surround yourself with a group of people that have a certain belief system, it's like you might be going against their belief system, or you might be changing your beliefs. And, that could be something that you're working on this month. And, it just is what it is, right? It's like sometimes I think we have beliefs like, our parents could be dead, for example. But like I've met people where their parents are dead, but they're still living as if their parents are telling them what to do, right? And I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but again, I think some of you, that Five of Swords, it's giving me that type of feeling where it's like you're realizing that you don't have to live under some sort of shadow any longer. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, really good. Progress. I feel like you are making slow and steady progress here with the Eight of Pentacles. Again, what is like the smallest thing that you can do right now? Is what I want to say. Is like, what is the simplest way you could do something that feels impossible, or that, feels really hard? And that's where I would get started. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands. Yes, I love this even more because he is holding on to one wand on the Nine of Wands. So it's almost like you have found your wand, your magic wand here, Leo. And the Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. I feel like you're finding magic here, or something that allows you to create magic. Maybe not literally, of course, but we're talking about like maybe you're finally finding that business that you want to start. You're finding that idea that's going to lead to success in your life, or, something along those lines. And, it's almost like you're turning into a bunch of little Harry Potters here, Leo. So a lot of you, I feel like, are discovering like where you can create magic in the world. Yes, it really wouldn't be a Leo reading. With the Five of Swords, with the King of Pentacles, you always get the King of Pentacles with me. This is your enemy. This is the person that you need to crush, right? Not literally. I don't think this is a person. I think this is probably a belief or something like that. The King of Pentacles is not bad, but the problem with the King of Pentacles is he's a little bit of a dinosaur. And I probably have said this to you before, but, he does things the same way over and over and over again. It's not necessarily a bad thing because he's doing what works, but the problem comes when it's time for evolution. And I think it is time for Leo to evolve in the world. And, I feel like the King of Pentacles is encouraging you to let go of the old ways of doing things and try some new ways, because you never know what you might discover. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Moon card. It says you will be guided through darkness. You also have this Love card. It says true love and fidelity. Yeah, some of you could be attracting an Emperor. We'll talk about it. The darkness thing is not knowing what to do. I say it all the time again. No one knows what they're doing right now, and that is perfectly fine. So even if you don't know what to do in your life at this moment, I would just keep doing what you're doing, because eventually you will figure it out. It's just that simple. You have the Knight of Swords, the Emperor, and the Fool. The Knight of Swords says no jumping to conclusions. You've been getting this card with me for like the past month or so. So obviously it's a time where, maybe the energy is making Leo jump to conclusions. It's not like a bad card. It's not a good card either. It kind of just says, instead of jumping to conclusions, well, actually, your solution is right here. Judgment, or justice. Justice says your solution is to take the middle ground approach, to be in a position of neutrality, not thinking that something is all good or all bad, sitting in the middle and looking at things through a neutral perspective and just looking at both sides and weighing up the options, right? So instead of rushing on anything, just take your time. You definitely could be attracting like an Emperor or your Empress, whatever you prefer. You have that true love and fidelity card, so the Emperor could be a person. It's not really a love reading, though, yet. That could change in a minute. But the Emperor is about taking control and in your life and kind of like bossing up, which I definitely feel all fire signs are being encouraged to boss up at this time. I think fire signs are being encouraged to like really take like hard control over their lives and make things happen. The Emperor can also represent being ready for an opportunity. He has his armor on underneath his cloak here, and it says that he is ready to go at a moment's notice. So I feel like you need to be ready to go on anything that you're creating or doing or being or anything you want to manifest. I think you need to be ready. You have the Fool. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith in a new direction and taking a leap. And I said that at the beginning of the freaking reading. I totally forgot. The Fool kept popping out while I was shuffling your cards at the beginning. So I always get very excited when that happens. And the Fool, I feel, is saying you're ready to take some sort of leap of faith. This could be the risk you're taking. with the Five of Swords right next to it as well. But we also have the opportunity right here. Ace of Pentacles is a big opportunity that has a lot of potential. And we have the Emperor. He needs to be ready to grab onto an opportunity. So there could be like an opportunity that's coming in for you this month. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is getting out of a comfort zone, which comes up. I mean, literally, if you go back 10 years on my channel to like the first readings that I did for you, Leo, they were all about leaving a comfort zone or stepping out of a comfort zone. So it could be a good time for you to like step out of a comfort zone or, get out into the world, explore new ideas, explore new things. I would be doing all of that. With the Emperor, you have the Temperance card. Temperance is cause and effect. It's like turning one thing into another. Justice is really cause and effect. But he's trying to practice alchemy and turn water into wine here. And so a lot of you could be getting an opportunity to turn your situation around. And that's kind of what this looks like to me right here, is that you are getting the opportunity to turn your life around. With the Fool, sure, you have two cards. You have the Nine of Swords and the Four of Wands. I would like, if you're meeting a new person, I wouldn't project too far into the future. That's kind of what this says to me, is that the Nine of Swords is like worries, fears. Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. So if you have your eye on a person, you could be worried that you're just going to repeat the same mistakes you have in the past again. But the Four of Wands is marriage. So it's like basically saying that if you're getting into anything new, you need to commit and get out of your head with that Nine of Swords. Because, again, Nine of Swords can sometimes just be... Nine of Swords can be an uncomfortable comfort zone. I always say that the problem with the Nine of Swords is he's in pain, he wants something, or he wants to do something, but he's not in enough pain to do something about his situation. That's why the Nine of Swords is a bad card. And so I feel like this is saying you could easily get out of pain by committing to like something new or committing to a new direction or, doing things differently in your life. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this card. It says, you see clearly now. You have this Ant Spirit. It says, time to collaborate. Yeah, so you could be getting a lot of clarity in your life at this time. The Ant Spirit, I do think it's an amazing time to collaborate with other people. I am even getting here for you, Leo, that if you are doing anything like, client work or, if you have customers in your business or whatever, that, this could be you getting more clients or customers or something along those lines. A lot of people have been getting a lot of clarity this month as well, so it just seems to me like it's a month of clarity for people. You have the Justice card, the Five of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. Justice is about taking a neutral approach or having a neutral perspective on the things that you're doing. So I think, obviously we've already talked about it, that having that neutral approach to things, not thinking that things are all good or all bad, kind of weighing up the options first would be a good idea. If you are involved in something legal, by the way, I do think things could really be improving, or you could be getting a result based off of something legal, so that would be good as well. You have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict and competition. So the Five of Wands says that you have to kind of like rise above the competition, which is what I feel for you, Leo. Leo is meant to be the king, right? And so I feel in a lot of ways that you are meant to rise above any competition that you could be experiencing. I always say the easy solution to the Five of Wands is to study the competition, to look at what they're not doing, to look at what they are doing and like fill in the gap, right? So if there are things that they're not doing that you can do to stand out, then, that's what I would be doing here. The Five of Wands can also represent learning from the competition. So again, learning from the competition and learning what you can do and what you can't do and all that other stuff would also be important with the Five of Wands. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles can be a solid new opportunity that has a lot of potential. So I feel for a lot of you that there could be like some sort of opportunity coming in for you with this card. And yeah, it just seems like there's like a solid opportunity coming in for you with the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, I always say the problem with this card is that it just represents an opportunity that has a lot of potential. And obviously the problem with potential is potential means nothing. Potential means what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So this is going to be something that you're really going to want to nurture. There's this garden in the front of the Ace of Pentacles, and the garden says we have to like water it, feed it, fertilize it, give it sunlight. And so if you're getting a really solid opportunity in your life, it could be really good. With the Justice card, you have two cards. You have the Three of Pentacles and the Hangman. The Three of Pentacles is teamwork, which you have that card that says time to collaborate on it. And so if you are thinking about doing anything with other people, like in work or business, this can be a very good card for, putting in the work with other people to find success. Three of Pentacles is also about kind of like putting work on display. So I think it would be an amazing time for you, Leo, to like display what your efforts, anything that you've been putting work into, even if it's yourself, you could be putting yourself on display. The Hangman, again, he's in Hangman mode. He's hanging upside down from the Tree of Knowledge and Wisdom. But now it's time for him to move forward. He has gained enlightenment. So if you have been on pause or if you've been waiting to do anything in your life that you want to do, I feel like it is time to get started, Leo, with whatever it is. With the Five of Wands, you have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is like equal give and take. Six of Pentacles is about planting seeds in a direction. And so I feel for a lot of you that you could be taking action, or you could be planting seeds in a direction towards something that you want in your life. And if you do that, you will probably find success. Six of Pentacles, also, you have that card. What did it say? Like about boundaries or something like that? You have the Pisces card. It says set and honor boundaries to avoid being taken advantage of. Then you have the Devil right next to the Six of Pentacles. The Devil is coming up in the good stuff. But the thing about the Devil is that, or the Six of Pentacles, is that this guy here, he has something in his back pocket. And, we say that if someone has something in their back pocket, that they have ulterior motives. They want more than what they're saying, right? And so if you're like working with people, finding love, whatever, I would make sure that you understand like the motives of a person. And again, if you feel like they're hiding something, they probably are. So I would be very careful with that card. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Love it. Amazing. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. Ten of Pentacles doesn't necessarily say that you will have everything you want and desire, but it's an amazing card for putting the work in to have everything you want and desire. Now, the Ace of Pentacles that this card is clarifying is something that has to be grown. So I always say that, the thing with the Ace of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles is that Ten of Pentacles is building, leaving a legacy. This is something you will do for the rest of your life. It's not something that just happens overnight. And the Ace of Pentacles requires, care. The Ace of Pentacles requires nurturing energy and all that other good stuff. So this is something that you're going to have to nurture into existence. But I think you will be very happy that if you do. So I think it would be a great time to like nurture something that you care about into existence, because it'll probably lead to a lot of success. The other thing about the Ten of Pentacles is that it can kind of represent hidden or secret information. A lot of people I've noticed have had these readings this month about kind of like looking for information. And I'm just looking here. You have the Two of Wands. He needs to experience variety to get information, meaning that he needs to learn about what he's doing from multiple sources. And so I think it would be an amazing time for you to like explore, find better information on like how to be successful or whatever. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Law of Attraction card and this Watch for Signs card. So you could be attracting a lot at this time into your life. There could also be more signs, like sign symbols, synchronicities coming in for you. And I would be paying attention to the signs in your life. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Hangman. The Five of Pentacles in the good stuff would say that you are focusing on your strengths. I also feel that if you are not really a love reading, but if you're attracting love, you could be attracting a person who has been through something very similar to you. I always look at the Five of Pentacles sometimes as like you attracting a person who went through something that you went through. The good thing about that is that means they're probably not going to do the same thing to you that the last person did. It's like, it's almost like this person like knows what the pain feels like, and they would never do that to someone else, whatever that pain is. And I feel that you could be attracting a person like that. I also kind of feel that some of you, if you are attracting a person, it's like you are each other's gift. It's like the Five of Pentacles to me can say that, this is two people who have been through a difficult time in relationships, and it's like you are the universe's gift to each other. And I kind of feel that with this card. You have the Devil. The devil can be toxic energy, toxic vibes, but the devil can also say that you need to pay attention to things that are toxic and avoid them. But coming up in the good stuff, it can also say that you are overcoming toxic vibes, or you are kind of releasing something that has been toxic for you for a long time. And I definitely feel that would be good with the devil energy, is you releasing something that has been toxic. You have the Hangman. I kind of feel like you're getting something you've waited for here, Leo, and I feel like I've said that to you recently. He's hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom, and his head is glowing. He has gained enlightenment. But coming up in the good stuff, it would kind of say that you're ready to move forward, or you are moving forward, and it's like you are getting some sort of reward that you've been waiting for, and obviously that would be good. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, of course, but a lot of you could be getting out of something, like some sort of lying, cheating, stealing situation, which would be good. The Seven of Swords is also a card of tactics. I feel like if you are attracting a relationship, it's like going to happen very different. It's going to be very different than how things have normally happened for you. Again, this is a card of tactics and having a tactical approach, but I kind of feel it's just saying that you could be attracting something different. With the devil, you have the Knight of Cups. Yes, could be a knight in shining armor coming in for you. Again, this could be a person that's like way better than the devil. In the good stuff, this could also say this person is not the devil. That this person is healthy. They are integrated. They have explored their emotions. They have healed. So you could really be attracting a good person here. It could also be a Capricorn as well, or like an earth sign. You have a lot of earth here. So you have a lot of fire as well. It could be any sign, general reading. But could be earth. It could be water as well, I guess. You have Pisces twice here, so it could be any sign. Leo is what I'm trying to spit out, but definitely could be a knight in shining armor. With the Hangman, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is like stability, and so a lot of you could be creating a lot of stability in your life. The Four of Pentacles, especially in the good stuff, would be financial stability. Normally outside of the good stuff, the Four of Pentacles would represent holding on too tightly to the past. But I feel a lot of you are just, kind of like building financial stability or creating more stability in your life in general with that Four of Pentacles. And of course, that would be very good. But let's see what else is going to come up for you here, Leo. You have this Archway card. It says new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Yes, clearly the whole entire reading is basically all about new possibilities. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck, and it's an archway, and we have an archway right here on the Ace of Pentacles. So this tells me that like a new opportunity is the thing that is going to open up new possibilities in your life. You have this November card and this Tiger card. It says doing something risky, taking a chance. You could be taking a risk between now and November, and I feel it is a time of risk for you, Leo. We talk about it in every single reading, Five of Swords. So it's time for you to like put yourself out there and take some sort of risk on something that you want, and I feel like if you take the risk, you will get it. You have this Horse card. It says short journey on it. So it's a great time to go on adventures. I mean, Two of Wands. It's a great time to explore variety. It's a great time to like learn new things or see how things are done or see how other people do things. Like whatever you're trying to grow. Could be love, could be business, could be your relationships, it could be anything. But seeing how other people do it through learning is going to be very good for you. You have this Tortoise card. It says slowly but surely getting ahead. Yeah, it seems to me like you're making progress. So I think we said progress several times in this reading. So you're definitely making progress. You have this crown. It says honor and respect will come to you. Didn't I say something about you claiming your crown or something? I'm pretty sure I did. So a lot of you, your readings for a while have been saying it's time for Leo to claim their crown. And that's what I would be doing with this card. But this looks pretty good, Leo. Pretty straightforward. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.